YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, back again with another video. And as you can see today, I am doing some visual effects for y'all. Y'all like my drawings? I got my 3 houses. We're gonna talk about, as being a real estate investor, what is the best and most efficient way to make money, all right? So I got 3 scenarios. I got the brrrr, I got your buy and hold traditional, and I got a slow flip, which I'm going to explain. If you're not really familiar what a slow flip is, I'll explain what this is. But as you can see, I'm going to get a breakdown on each. I have an example of us buying a house at 100K just for round numbers, so that way we can get an idea and a total understanding of how this works and the money that will be made. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so the best way to make money, obviously, there's tons of ways to make money in real estate investing. You can flip houses, you can do rentals, like here, what we're gonna discuss. You can do short-term rentals. There's so many ways. You can be a hard money lender. There's tons of ways, but I'm gonna go over, in my opinion, what I think is the best way to make money, all right? So we got 3 examples. Now these are all buy and holds. The slow flip, so let's talk about the slow flip. Basically what a slow flip is, you buy a property, let's say, you buy a house. It doesn't need a ton of work. Typically with a slow flip, it needs minimal, no more than like 10 grand in repairs. So with a slow flip, you're buying this because it's pretty much turnkey already. It's pretty much turnkey already. So when you get in a slow flip, the whole objective is to buy it. There's minimal repairs needed. You don't want to go over maybe 10 grand, maybe a little bit more, but it's minimal repairs, nothing major on the repair side. But your objective with this is in 2 and 3 years, this property is going to appreciate or mature, or you got it at such a good price, 100,000. And 2 or 3 years from now, you bought it, you put 10K in it, and it's worth 200,000. So that's the slow flip model. But let's start with the brrrr. I just went over that briefly just in case you wasn't informed on that one. All right, so with the brrrr, which is a popular term now here on the internet, you buy a property, you rehab it, you rent it, you refinance, you repeat. All right, so for this example, let's say we got a house at 100,000, right? Let's say the ARV is 200K. I don't know if y'all can see that. We good? They can see that? It's 200,000, right? We bought it at 100,000, all right? So we're gonna put, let's say 20K in repairs. And we're gonna talk about cash flow. All right, so let's do this. Now, this is all rough numbers. I'm not getting into cap rates or NOI or none of that stuff for gross or cash on cash. I'm just talking hard whole numbers so you can see. So we got this house at 100,000. It need about 20,000 in repairs, right? I can rent this. So my mortgage is, let's say my mortgage is $1,200. All right, that's my note. Okay, that's my note. I can rent it for $1,800. All right, so that leaves me with $600. Now, let's do some numbers. With the brrrr, you wanna get it at a good price. Okay, we got a house that's worth 200,000. We got it at 100. All right. Now, the mortgage on this 100,000. I got private money on it. It's costing me $1,200. My tenant pays me $1,800. That leaves me $600. All right. So that's what? It's my calculator. That's $7,200 for the year, right? With this model, it works. All right. So I'm bringing in $7,200 annually. All right, and I'm collecting $600 a month. So what we're gonna do now, guess what? We're all in at 120. All right, so let's put all in at 120. All right. I got a 750 credit score. So I'm gonna go hit up the credit union and I'm gonna refi this bad boy. I'm gonna get out this 12% interest. I'm gonna go give me a nice interest rate, and I'm gonna pay, all right, 200,000. Let's say they give me an 80% LTV. That's a loan to value. Basically, if the appraisal comes back at 200,000, they're gonna give me $160,000 new mortgage. All right, so you got taxes and fees. So I could basically get roughly around 40,000. I put in 20K of my own money. I put some money down to purchase it. So guess what? With that 40,000, all right. So now we got 40 on the refi, and I'm not the best with handwriting. All right, we got 40,000. Right, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna buy another one. So that's the repeat model. All right, now this model works. A lot of people don't know with this. You gotta have good credit, and you can't really be stalled on the project. And all my house flippers know what I'm talking about. You gotta be able to keep this bad boy, keep the machine going, keep the train going. So you buy it, you fix it up. You can't buy it and wait 6 months. You know, market might change. Like now, you know, we in a uncertain market. So with this model, you got it's all about speed. The brrrr is about speed. All right. All right. So now, let's talk about the buy and hold. And this is your most prototypical way. Everyone is basically, I would say, most of your investors, your traditional buy and hold investor, this is their model. All right. So you know, you have differences. Some like to get them as is with repairs. Some of them like to get them turnkey. It really depends, but this is more basic. I think with this model, you know, this is the long haul. You're actually buying and holding. All right, so you know we're looking for something long term here. So this is a long term investment. You really don't get too caught up in the price with this because we're looking for like 10 years plus. All right, so for this example, we'll still use the 1200. All right, so we got hard money, 12% interest rate. It's costing us $1,200 a month. We're collecting $1,800 from our tenant. All right. So we're getting $600 cash flow, as CF abbreviated. Now, what a lot of long-term investors do, we might be in this puppy. I might have got it for $100,000, right? It might have needed. Let's say we needed this house. Let's say this house is beat up. I got a deal. The ARV is actually around 250, right? I got a good deal on this one, right? So it needed some work though. Repairs were, let's say, 40,000. All right, so I'm all in at 140. Right? Pardon the handwriting. So we're all in 140. I got it at 100. It's worth 250. My cash flow's positive 600. But what a lot of them do is let's say this was it doesn't matter if it's a single family, a duplex, triplex, whatever. Let's say I get this. I'm a turnkey, long-term buy and hold guy. My goal is this. Most of them want cash flow and they want the appreciation. So my whole goal is, hey, I got 100,000, I got 150 in equity. But guess what? 8 years from now, this might be 300, right? So let's do an example. Let's say 8 years from now, it's worth 300K, right? Remember, I got a 750 credit score. I go down to my local credit union and I say, hey, I got this house and I want to refinance it. All right, hypothetical, right? But this is their model. All right, so I'm all in at 140. I can get a new note, lower interest rate. I get out of the 12%, and I get into a nice modest interest rate, 5%. But I got 100,000 that I can pull out in equity. It's optional. I don't have to, but I want to get out of this large note I have at $1,200 a month. So buy and hold is great, but you're definitely in for the long haul with this one. All right. Okay, and finally we have the slow flip, which in my opinion is the best way to make money as a real estate investor. And I'm gonna go over why. You're in and out. You're not really attached to the property because ultimately, you're gonna sell it in a year or two. Typically, I would say 3 years max for me. But this is the best way to make money. Now, this only kind of works if you're getting it for dirt cheap, or if you're if you're buying in like hot areas, or you're in a hot market. So let me show you why. So for instance, let's say we buy this house, right? 100,000. It needed, let's say 8,000 in repairs, right? That's all it needed. All right, so I got it for 100,000. I just needed to renovate the bathroom, paint, make some other small repairs, but that's what I'm all in. All right. So the ARV on this bad boy though, when it sticks up, this 8,000, so I'm all in at 108. All right. I'm all in at 108. So guess what? The ARV is 275. Now, when I bought it, let's say I bought it January of 2022. It wasn't worth this amount, but let's say January of 2023, so 1 year. So 1 year from now, this is my ARV. All right, so I mean, you can do the math. 275, that would leave us with, 167. All right, so not any closing costs or anything, realtor fees. I'm walking away with $167,000 profit, but guess what? I had this baby for a year, so I had tenants there. All right, so same method. I was collecting $600 cash flow. My mortgage was $1,200 mortgage. My rent was $18. So mortgage, rent. All right. So not only that, I made $600 a month. So that's an extra $7,200, right? So you gotta add that. That's income. So I add that to my my cash out. So we're at what, 174 total? 174,000 I made 1 year off this one deal. Slow flip. So I did the repairs over 1 year in time. All right, I didn't do it all at once. I did it slowly. That's what we call it, slow flip. And I said, hey, the market jumped. I got it for 100. Shit, 1 year later, it's worth 275. I said, I'm gonna sell it. I put it on the MLS. I got a buyer for asking, and that whole 1 year, I collected $600. That was an extra $7,200. 174. You can't beat it. Now, you gotta pay a lot of taxes. Make sure you're paying your IRS bill, but this right here to me is number one. If you can find deals like this, these are hard deals to find, but there are deals that come up that fit this model. If you can find deals like this all day long, you'll be rich in no time. All right, so that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching the video. I just wanted to go over this, best way to make money as a real estate investor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, we out. Peace.